Happy Friday, I'm Francie and this is Chris. We are going to be covering on today's Cooking with Crime, Mexican serial killer Juana Barraza, and we will be making a baked fajita dish. I'm just gonna start with chopping up some red and green peppers.
And I'll be cutting up some onions, which is my least favorite to cut, just because I always end up frying. Okay, Juana was born in December 27th of 1957, and she was born in Hidalgo, north of Mexico City, to a woman named Huasta Sampiro. I don't know if I'm butchering her name, but it's either...
We got it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry if you did.
So we'll go on to what happened with her mother.
So Juana's mom was an alcoholic, and at one point she reportedly traded Juana for just 3 beers to a local man. And while she was in his care, he continued to sexually assault her, and eventually did get her pregnant. And Juana did go on to have 4 children in total. I'm not sure if they're all from this this particular man or not, but she had 4 kids in total, and she ended up losing her eldest son in a mugging.
That's so sad.
Super sad. So already we know with Juana's history and background.
She has so much trauma. So actually, one of the things she does to deal with her trauma was she actually was a professional wrestler. Her name was La Dama del Silencio, which means silent lady. So she said she picked that name because she was a very quiet person, and that just represented her so much. So that's what her name was for wrestling. She was part of the lucha libre, the mask wrestling, and it is pretty cool, like, for a woman to be a wrestler at that time.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like, it was still pretty early on in the 70s that she joined in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interesting fact for sure.
All
So
right.
we are just moving on. I'm continuing to chop up my vegetables.
I chopped up my onions already, and I just finished the jalapenos, and then I'm gonna do a couple cloves of garlic, and then the chicken. So for the chicken, we just bought a rotisserie chicken, and we took off the chicken pieces.
Took off the skin and shredded it up. Super easy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, so we'll be just chopping off this and then moving to the next stage of putting it on the frying pan and cooking it for a bit.
Yeah.
Cutting.
We'll put that when we're frying it.
Alrighty. So, ooh, this is a very cute bowl. I like this bowl.
Colorful.
Very colorful. I like onions, but they always make me stuffy.
I love onions. I love everything.
I love cheese and meat. I could eat cheese and meat all day long.
I love eating, period. Obviously.
Yeah. Because we curvy. Is enchiladas your thing?
Has anyone made a fajita casserole before?
Enchilada casserole?
Or an
No.
enchilada casserole? I have not.
No, neither have I. This is the first time. I'm excited. Our last dish was our first one too, and we've never even baked apple pie, so this is every day's an adventure with us.
Yes. So,
I'll cut up the chicken. So we preheated the oven to 375 degrees, and we coated the casserole dish with oil. Okay, adding all the peppers and everything to our preheated pan on the stove. Oh, that looks so good. I like the colors. Okay, so right now for seasoning, we're putting 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of parsley, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and that's all for seasoning. You can add whatever you want to this. Obviously, this is going to be your dish. You create it your own way. Actually, once the veggies are tender, so we're going to be cooking this for about 10 minutes, just until they're tender, and then we'll add the next batch of ingredients. Now we are adding our 1.5 cups of chicken stock. We're adding our hot sauce, and we're going to be adding our tomato sauce. So we use marinara for this, but I'm sure you can use any kind of tomato sauce that you'd like. And then we're just going to simmer this for about 12 minutes just to make sure the sauce is like perfect for the layering of the enchiladas. Look at that. Looks so good. I wish we had a small cam. That'd be pretty cool.
I agree.
Mix it, mix it.
It smells so yummy. We're gonna let this simmer and thicken up.
Thick baby. So thick.
Thick like Juana.
Thick like Juana. That's true. That muscular girl. Lady, I mean.
Perfect.
So simmer. So now we are doing the layering. So started with a coat on the bottom. Put the tortillas on top. We use the corn tortillas.
Yeah, we use corn ones. You can use just the regular ones if you want to.
For sure. Like, modify it as you wish, right? We're not a pro at this. This is our first time. Oh, look at those bad boys.
Right? And
6 of them there. Oh, chicken.
Chicken first? Or
No,
sauce?
you can do the sauce first, I think. Yeah. I think that might be spread that side a little bit more. Just because, like, you want to do a thin layer. You don't want to do too thick.
These are gonna get super salt. Like it's definitely gonna get
Like a Mexican lasagna. Oh, I'm not even in the camera.
I know.
There we go. I'm so excited. What is your favorite Mexican dish? We haven't tried this one yet, but we're excited about this. Honestly, I don't think there's a Mexican dish I don't like.
Same here.
Like, I love spicy food. Oy. So good. What do you think our next meal should be? Can you guys leave us a comment and tell us what you think we should do next?
Yes. Or if there's a story that you want us to go over.
Yeah. Let us know. We'll associate a meal with that crime. Figure it out.
Cute.
No salsa here. Okay, so let's leave the chicken and then we'll go to the next batch because we still have 2 more layers, right?
Cheese.
Oh yeah, some queso. Delicious queso. Ooh, look at that.
We're just using a cheddar
Shredded
blend, but you could definitely use a Tex-Mex blend. That would be really
And you can grate your own cheese too. We bought a store-bought bag full of shredded cheese. Shredded cheese. That's what it's so weird. I don't know why. All right, layer this. Oh, look at that bad boy.
2.
Layer number 2. Done. Ooh, this is gonna be so amazing. Smells so good too.
I can't wait to eat it.
So this goes in the oven for 35 minutes covered with tin foil, and then we will take it out of the oven, take off the tin foil, and then cook for another 15 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome chicken. So split this in half and have a top layer there.
Oh yeah, it's putting 3, right?
Correcto.
So good.
Layer this bad boy. Okay. Cheese. Cheese me. Let's put a few more pieces. There you go. Lots of pollo. Last layer. Oh, perfect amount of sauce. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang. So done with the tortillas.
This sounds good.
This does. And then we'll just put lots of queso on top. Lots of the chicken. Let's use all the cheese, honestly. Right? Okay, we're done with the chicken.
You want all of it?
Yeah, all of it. Do it.
Extra
Extra cheese. There's never not enough cheese. You gotta just keep going. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just making the toppings right now. I'm cutting up some avocado.
And I am dicing a little bit extra jalapeno because we happen to like it extra spicy. And I'm dicing up some cherry tomatoes.
Okay, so she started her killing spree in the late 1990s. So she was getting up there in age, around 40s. And we actually looked at the photos, the crime scene photos, and they're so disturbing. There's no way we're posting that online. It's pretty
they're too graphic.
Traumatizing, actually.
Too graphic, actually.
Yeah. So Juana usually strangled her victims with whatever she can find in the household, like such as cables, scarves, stockings.
Barraza strangled one of her victims with a stethoscope that she found in her living room on her coffee table.
Correct. So she's crime of opportunity. She looks for whatever's around her to strangle her victims. So she's pretty aggressive on her, like those photos, she like they're sitting at the table or they're relaxed. So she definitely took them out for like out of their like in.
They're just hanging out and they are relaxed. They might be sitting in their living room. One of the ladies was sitting in her office chair at her desk. So
or at the kitchen table.
Or at the kitchen table. So very like
she was obviously caught them for surprise, but she also had a rapport with them in order to get to that level. Like you're not just sitting there chilling and talking to a stranger in your household, and like it's not how you would be. I don't think I'd be okay with sitting at the table with a stranger.
Yeah. With fingerprints, Juana was linked to at least 10 of the murders with her DNA behind.
They thought at one point she was a transvestite too because of what the witnesses accounted for, saying that it was a manly-ish and quite a build on a person dressed in dresses. So
yeah, like they found it to be, or it looked like a man was dressing up in women's clothing, and it was reported that a few witnesses had seen her come in and out of apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And they had actually seen her come out of one of the victim apartment buildings. One of the previous murders that they were investigating.
So one of the craziest things, what crazy coincidence is that 3 of the victims out of potentially 40 victims had the same picture in their house.
Yeah, an 18th century painting. They all had the same one. It was called A Boy in a Red Waistcoat, and it was by Jean-Baptiste Greuze.
Jean-Baptiste
Greuze.
Mm-hmm. So weird, very weird and strange.
And if you're just looking at this painting, you can just see it's just nothing
special
in particular.
Just a weird
It's just odd that everyone had the same one.
Yeah, those 3 victims.
So Juana was gaining the trust of her victims by posing as a social worker and getting or building a relationship with her victims, gaining their trust. That is how she was allowed in their homes, and this is how they were able to relax with Juana around. I believe that she also posed as a cleaning woman. One of the places that she was seen coming in and out of where they had found a murdered victim, she had mentioned that she was just going in to see if the client had any laundry that needed to be done. If you look at Juana, you can see that she could very well just be taken as a very sweet older lady that is out to help.
She looked like she had a big caring heart, but really she had ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And for women that age, they're lonely, their kids are grown up, and they're looking for help. So she just took advantage of those victims instantly.
Yeah.
Like, I get she thinks that they're like her mom and she's doing the world a favor by killing them. In her mind, that's what she thinks. But she did take advantage of women at a certain age where they were lonely and needing help. So it worked out for her because it was crime of opportunity, but still, it's just, that's not a way to go. Yeah. Strangled to death, like, nah, and those photos are just so traumatizing.
Yes. Authorities labeled Juana as a psychopath who felt no remorse, and Juana was placed in the caregiving category of serial killers just because of her posing to be a social worker and getting close to her victim.
What did what did Chief Bernardo say about her? She was clever and...
Yeah, they thought the killer to be very clever and bright-minded.
Yeah.
And this was just due to the fact that it was quite planned out.
And she was very organized and meticulous on how she did these murders. It was hard to find any evidence, so that was intriguing. She was caught when? What year was she caught in?
She was caught in 2005, leaving the victim's home. And police were very surprised, and so was the public really surprised when she was apprehended because they were expecting it to be a male. And then they realized that it was in fact Juana, and Juana had short blonde hair. She had a distinctive mole on her face that she was recognized for. And yeah, she did have, again, that muscular build from wrestling. So we finished topping the bake with some avocados, diced cherry tomatoes, sour cream, and some jalapeno.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dig in and taste this.
I'm excited.
It looks so good.
That's really good.
Definitely just tastes exactly like a fajita. Delicious.
Yeah, it's so good.
So back to Ms. Juana.
She got sentenced to 759 years in prison, but in Mexico, there's only 60 years you can do maximum of. But she's just started going to prison, 2000, and she was caught in
2006. She, after her trial.
So she's got quite a bit of time left, and she's also already in her 60s now. Yeah.
Juana was very deceiving elderly lady, so just never know who you can and can't trust.
No, definitely. Like her photos, she looks like a super nice lady, and she probably was, but obviously she's got a bad side, right? A really bad side.
This is so good. Hopefully you guys try it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please
like and subscribe.
This video and subscribe. And we'll see you next Friday.
And please comment and let us know what you guys think, what we should add, anything different that we should do maybe.
Yeah. If you have a story you want covered or maybe a recipe,
keep us posted.
comment below.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you.